What is up, everybody? It's Dante Walton here. Today we're going to react to episode 5 of X-Men 97, but before we get things started, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe for more content like this coming soon. Yeah, last episode on X-Men 97, we had the Motendo / Life Death Part 1 thing. It was like kind of structured a little bit weirdly, like at least differently from how it's been structured, where it's like 3/4 of it was like the Motendo story, then like the last like quarter maybe was like the Life Death Part 1 at least. If I'm being totally honest, I think I prefer them just to, I don't know, stick to one story per episode. Because I don't know, it was a little, not jarring, but just a little interesting, I guess. So, yeah, I'm curious if we're going to pick up where Life Death, like, ended or not. And I don't know. We'll see, because, like, Storm was in this dream-like state or nightmare type thing with that owl creature that I'm sure is like has to do with her subconscious or something, because that was like the same voice actress as Storm. It sounded like. Yeah, the whole thing with Forge is pretty interesting actually. How, yeah, like he's been falling for Storm, and he also, in some part of him, like he wants to make up for, I don't know, his like designs being used to make the mutant dampening like collars and all that. So yeah, may or may not continue with that storyline, or I don't know. We'll see. Other than that, in the show, it seemed like the Motendo thing was like a more self-contained thing, more about Jubilee just coming to terms with growing up mostly. But I don't know if it deals with the overall story more than it was just for character development and just a cool set piece as well. So other than that, they did mention that Genosha is entering the UN, and that some of the members of the X-Men were at the UN to deal with that. So I don't know. All these things are happening all at once in the show. So curious to see where it continues, and if Madeline Pryor is like going to come back or not, like the Jean Grey clone, or what's going to happen with the whole Nathan being sent to the future. Only one way to find out though. Let's jump right into the show. Cable clips. I wonder. I like how like the whatever clips they add sometimes like have to do with whatever the plot's gonna be. So I wonder if they're actually gonna see what happens in the future. Oh, Nightcrawler too. So he might show up too. We'll see.
Was it caused by atomic testing?
Oh, Trish Tilby. I remember her from the original.
Fortunately, helping us build those bridges is a journalist as esteemed as yourself.
Well, I am just as flattered to be sitting with a renowned scientist such as yourself, Dr. McCoy.
Oh, blushing a bit.
Blue blushes too, my dear.
Many of the X-Men, Xavier's school is the only home they've ever known.
Oh, Morph Ballin', all right.
But that sense of belonging goes worldwide today, as the UN formally admits the
this is gonna happen today
of Genosha.
Sure, nothing will go on there, especially for anti-mutant people. They're just gonna be fine with this, right?
You are the only soul on board for whom gravity would most certainly be an issue.
Can it, you roosters?
Magneto and Gambit's pettiness is actually entertaining to watch. Oh wow, look at that. With statues of both Charles and Eric there. Magneto Freedom. It is cool that like, yeah, they see that Magneto as like the person who like liberated them. Oh, the Morlocks are here, that's right. Look at all these characters. Oh. I do like the music here. It kind of sounds like an RPG or something. Or like a life sim game. I don't know. Okay, so Jean is here. Oh, it's funny. Jean, and then the actress that played Jean in the 90s.
At the mansion when we heard
Madeline Pryor.
Top spot among Genosha's brass.
Interesting.
The interim council wanted an X-Man. Luckily, you guys could spare a Jean.
Okay, so that's where she went.
The Master of Magnetism was surprised to receive an invite bearing the United Nations seal.
Yeah, I hear it's called The Future.
But like I was saying, like the UN councilwoman, she's voiced by the actress that voiced Jean Grey in the 90s show, so it's cool to have them both here. Oh, Nightcrawler! He is here.
On a live wire.
Oh, he'll be accepted here. Like, he had to be in hiding. before, like when he's hiding out in the monastery. So yeah.
Bert joined the council to help work with Genosha's various communities of faith.
Ah, interesting.
Long as he left those faithful killer monks of his back at the monastery.
We have much to discuss since our gothic adventure amid the Alps. Come!
Nightwalker. Nightcrawler looks really cool here.
Everything around us would not have been possible without the work of the X-Men.
Who's that like fairy character, I wonder?
Oh my, it's just like he said.
That is cool seeing them being out in the open, being free, not having to really fear like being hunted down.
Daddy's charging pretty high rent.
Versing a nation overnight is not without its share of stumbles.
So I can't help but ruin honey.
Or maybe Gambit's willing to ask questions no one else will.
Those are big apples though. I was gonna say $10 for an apple, but that's pretty big. Also, is that $10 in Genosian dollars or what? Oh, multiple, man. Yeah. Dazzler, right? Yeah. I remember she looked like that in the 90s one.
It does not take a priest to see you on Rogue's Soul's touch in every gaze.
Ain't the touch she be looking for.
You Americans, so theatrical. Life is violins and close-ups. I blame soap operas.
Nightcrawler's like way more jovial now. Probably because he doesn't have to fear being hunted down every day, but yeah, it's understandable.
I always kept that in mind as field leader.
Hey, those shades are weirding out the lights. Can you take them off?
No.
Can't. Sorry. So.
Actually,
I like seeing the
let's
outtakes
talk
and all
about
that.
you
It's
and
cool.
Marvel Girl.
Marvel Girl. I haven't. Had I ever called her that before in the show?
When did you know she was the one?
Oh, I was like, what are we doing in the ocean?
Hard to interview someone who can't tell which parts of her memories belong to her and which parts belong to her clone. I remember so many things. So many with Scott.
The two lovebirds still ain't talking.
He's grieving his son. Although the way he's avoiding me recalls a time. We were in Nevada. I had just acquired the power of a cosmic entity.
The Phoenix.
Oh, right. You were there.
I'm sure the exposition was more for the audience than Wolverine.
She snaps at me, and then she takes off my ruby glasses, which hold back my powers. Jean was using the power of the Phoenix to block my optic blasts, and we could see each other's eyes.
Wow.
His eyes made me stay.
That was actually pretty romantic, actually.
I forget how many sunrises your eyes have seen.
They only ever seen one of you, Red. Just the one.
You kind of seen two, but... Oh! No, what?
Logan, I'm...
You're Jean Grey. He's Scott Summers. Those are the rules. You just forgot him for a sec. Enough said.
Enough said. R.I.P. Stanley. But like, man, that was mature of Logan to do that, because you know how much like he actually loves
Jean and I don't have any
Jean
kids.
Grey, and
You
like,
don't?
No.
I don't know. A lesser man would have just went along with it, but he knows that like he'll maybe like lapse of judgment and yeah.
Born at Westchester Memorial? I spoke to a Dr. Brian.
Oh, bringing up the son.
That jerk wouldn't deliver my...
Oh,
Called my kid a freak.
so they are gonna admit the kid. How are they gonna explain what happened to his son though?
Why lie?
Because you're normal.
Excuse me.
I said because you're normal. You're ungrateful.
Whoa, watch it, Scott.
I gave him up because you can't say thank you. Because I have to stomach your questions and prove that I'm a person. We're nothing like you. Thank God, because it's the only reason you people are still
Oh, it sounded
alive.
more like Magneto, starting less like Professor X and more like the new boss.
Unprecedented fashion
Hellfire
for our
Club.
kind.
With even the most overlooked of us finally getting a
A Banshee and more,
How to speak loudly.
the Morlocks, like all these people were working together. Okay.
And we all agreed on a title of Chancellor.
Chancellor.
You eclectic allotment of social climbers wish for me to rule Genosha. Huh. Are there no others better tempered to stomach the squabble of human diplomacy?
I may not like it, but if Charles trusts you with his X-Men, he trusts you with this.
So he's gonna rule this nation and run the X-Men in America? Or will the X-Men relocate to Genosha? I don't know.
You shall have me on one condition.
I ought to knock you from here to the North Pole. You think making me your queen?
Oh, wow, Magneto.
It is a political calculation, Rogue.
Gambit's not gonna be happy about this.
True leader, an empathetic one.
Was this your plan all along?
We would be lucky to have you. Lead.
She is compassionate and all that, but like, what's his true motivation, you know? I don't know if I trust that's his true motivation.
There are some things worth holding on to.
Describe Nathan.
I see him everywhere.
I like the choice of like seeing his eyes through the glasses, like in the close-up.
It reminds me of
us. Don't tell me! You can explain!
Ah.
If you'll excuse us, Madeline.
Wait, what? That was...
Mine just drifted a moment.
Mind drift indeed.
Oh, she's psychic too, so I wonder...
Just stop and let me explain.
Oh, man. He was like cheating on her, kind of. Oh, wow.
How long has it been happening?
An emotional affair.
A month, maybe.
Telepathic affair.
Go to Genosha, be with my clone.
He mind kissed her too.
You saw on the astral plane was confusion, Jean. Grief. She's the mother of my son.
Do you love her?
That's so complicated.
Love both of you.
Yeah, I mean...
Whole galaxies beckoned me, but I turned my back for you. Sinister cuts out a part of me and you love it? That wasn't love in there, it's ego. My love for you is the one thing I remember amid this pain and insanity.
Remember or feel? Choose, Jean.
Do not spin this on me.
Do you love me, Jean? Or am I just a lovely memory?
Oh, whoa! I thought she got shot in the head for some reason. It was like a telepathic spark. Hey, look good, Gambit.
What's wrong, Shia?
You best sit down.
She accepted the position.
My evil mother was helping me with my powers. Said she knew a fella who could help.
We're seeing how they first met.
He showed me that being a mutant wasn't just...
Hey, he's a good painter.
It could be something more. Realized that his electromagnetic powers protected him from my touch. Other things started happening.
What's that about other things?
But then I started seeing the hurt in him, like raging waters. When I joined the X-Men, Eric said he wouldn't want me to lose another family. He acted like it never happened.
You gonna accept his offer?
If I can play a bigger role and bettering the world, well, that's the whole reason I became an X-Man.
You never wanted to make things
Throwing the queen in the fire. That's poetic.
Every time looking at you, seeing all the things I couldn't do.
Like telling Gambit the dang truth.
I can't touch you, Remy. Your heart may beat for me, but I can't feel it.
That is something major, though.
You light up everything you touch, but never me.
Oh, damn, that's a good line.
Something's a bit deeper than skin, Shia.
Not this.
The writers are going
I
ham.
wager that fool will break your heart in two.
Gambit always knows the odds. That it?
In this game, he do.
I mean, Magneto literally can give her something you can't. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's tough. Because I feel like she does love Gambit. But yeah, that's like something major that she wants that he can't give her. And Magneto's the only one that can. That would know of.
A drink for my dashing Cajun?
Madeline and Gambit? I don't know.
We need to talk.
My former prosecutor has likely taken issue with your choice for Chancellor.
Also, Magneto was pardoned.
Would allow a terrorist to be their leader.
Yet so many allow their leaders to be terrorists.
Oh! Huh. The costume designs in the show are peak as well. Man. Yo, the score, the animation, the costume designs, everything is just so good. Oh, right in front of Gambit. I love like he's like closing in and like covering him with the two hands meeting. This is awesome. There hasn't even been any like fighting in this episode, I realized, and I love it. I just love the whole it's getting a little steamy there. I just love all the drama with like the relationships and the political intrigue and all the stuff like that. Oh.
Turn it off. The music.
What is it?
Oh yeah, her vision in the future. Hey, the way the music changed now.
But Remy was right. Some things are deeper than skin.
Is she gonna turn it down then, or?
Turn it off.
Oh, Cable is here.
Get everybody out.
Why? Wait. What does he know?
Cable?
You have to get everyone out now.
I wonder
Who's coming? Cable!
if they both know what I'm thinking of.
Eyes.
Oh.
You made it. You survived.
Did Cable know?
Sorry, Mom.
Oh, he did know. Well, what was he trying to stop?
For what?
An attack on Genosha. Oh! Whoa! This got really real. Terrorist attack, basically. I'm assuming. Jeez. Oh, it's the mastermind thing that from the vision. Master Mold, what was his name?
Roll! Get to the gardens! Hurry!
What the hell? Are they actually dying? Oh, Nightcrawler, nice one. Bro. What is going on? No, they're gonna have to go back and change this future, or change
alive?
the past, right?
So are you.
Gambit, how many?
Too many.
Yeah. Oh,
Some
man.
vile Godzilla sentinel. You go at it, you end up dead.
Sebastian Shaw and Dazzler
We'll
Mora?
evacuate folks now,
No.
but the Morlocks, they...
What's her name? Callisto, right? Oh my. Yo. Yeah, they're obliterated. This is what Cable's trying to stop. We'll see if he can succeed next time.
Roll clears a path for Gambit to the Morlocks. Save as many as you can.
Yo, on the motorcycle, let's go. I remember I was just talking about there's been no action. Then it's like the most major action set piece and most serious thing that's happened in the show in terms of violence. Oh, sick. He hit the Mario Kart trick right at the top of the ramp. Oh, wow. Knocking over Professor X. That's interesting. Oh. Ah. Man. Oh. That's the most overt thing they've shown to the Holocaust in the show. Whoa. Hopefully that train was empty. Oh, snap. This is cool, though, but...
Don't worry. Leech knows Callisto will find us. If not her, Magneto. He promised Leech would never be scared again.
Whoa, okay, Gambit.
Now kindly follow me.
Omega level threat detected.
Is he strong enough to withstand that? Let's hope so.
No!
Man, if only Storm were here and she had her power, she was another Omega level mutant.
Don't you dare, Eric! You hear me?
Oh, he's gonna sacrifice himself? Yo, whoa.
Hab keine Angst.
Oh my god.
Omega threat eliminated.
No, what? There has to be like, oh man, this. Oh man. Yo. Oh, charging up the kinetic of the bike. Energy of the bike to knock Rogue out the way, huh? Yeah, she would have. I don't know if she would have survived that. Oh, those are the writers and producers of the show, right? That was Bodamayo.
But the cards always be in my favor.
Oh my, what is this episode? Oh my. Gambit 2.
Mutant intruder neutralized.
This show's way more violent than 90s one. Especially with all the blood and all. Oh, charging the. Since it's all connected, like you're all gonna be charged up. And what exploded? Remember it. I knew it. Oh, it's catchphrase. Oh, damn. Gambit, you went out like a boss though, but oh. That's why Gambit was my favorite X-Men.
How many, damn it?
To reiterate for those just returning to us.
Oh my.
The images you are about to see may be disturbing.
This is horrific.
Sugar.
Damn, the voice actors are killing it this episode too, man.
I can't feel you.
Oh, she's finally touching him, but there's, oh my god, but I can't feel you. No, because like there's nothing for her to feel. Like she would take the power from it, but oh my god, what in the world? The ending, just everything just changed in like the last like 10-15 minutes of this episode. It was amazing though. Alright, so that was episode 5 of X-Men 97. And man, that was an amazing episode in my opinion. Whoa, what like last episode I enjoyed it, trust me, I enjoyed the last episode. But there were some things that felt like a little bit weird, especially like splitting the story into like two different, the episode in like two different stories in a way. But this episode, this might be my favorite episode of the show so far. Like I said, like for most of the episode, like at least 3/5 or 2/3 or something like that of the episode, it was all about like the personal and political drama of everything, and I was enjoying it a lot actually. Like some people were theorizing if they put Life Death Part 1 at the end of Motendo, because if Life Death Part 1 like by itself it didn't have like any action or anything, and like maybe like I don't know, people feel like it's something missing from the show. But when up until like the point where obviously where everything went down, this episode didn't have action or anything, and I was still loving it a lot. The whole oh man, all the different like love triangles and like I don't know, all the feelings of like romance and like longing for somebody and all the drama that came from that I loved. The whole thing with Jean Grey, Madeline Pryor, and Scott is actually pretty interesting. And Wolverine, it's not even a triangle. It's like, I don't even know. It's not even like a square either. It's weird. Like, it is interesting because Scott, yeah, like they don't know when Madeline Pryor and Jean Grey, like when they got swapped really. Nobody knows. So it makes sense. I believe him. Scott really, truly loves both of them. He doesn't know which memories he's had with who, so he loves them both. And he'll still like talking with Madeline because that is the mother of his son, and talking about like how much he misses Nathan and all this stuff. That was yeah. Is it like, is Jean Grey right to be mad about this and be hurt? But obviously she's right to be hurt by it. You can't really deny like if someone's hurt by it or not. That's they're hurt by it. There's nothing to that. But like, is Scott in the wrong is more what I should be asking, I guess. For this, I'd say the only the thing that, yeah, you should be able to talk to Madeline Pryor and all this, but the thing that is a little more iffy is like the fact that it seems like he was doing it like in secret and all that, so like he knew it was kind of something to hide. Yeah, he did kiss her in the astral plane. I don't know if that counts, but it might. I don't know. It seems. I guess I'll count that as like kissing someone else. But at the same time, which person did he actually marry? You know, I don't know about that. I don't think they even know who he really married. But yeah, all that's just messy. And the fact, yeah, Jean Grey, well, she did kiss Wolverine as well. Call it a lapse in judgment or whatever, but yeah. And it was interesting that Wolverine, like he knew that, like, yeah, she's not in her right mind and all that. Like he would probably want nothing more than to be with Jean, but he knows, like, no, she's meant to be with Scott. They love each other. I can't really, no matter how much deep down he might actually want it, he knows that, like, yeah, this is not, she didn't really mean this and all that. So yeah, that was interesting. Like a lesser man probably would have just went along with it, and who knows where it would have led to. But the whole other side of like the romance thing is the Magneto, Rogue, Gambit love triangle, which I thought was incredibly done this episode. Lenore Zan, the voice actress of Rogue, like when in the first episode of X-Men 97, it's the same actress from the original animated series from the 90s. I was like, oh, she sounds different, and she does sound different. I don't know if it's the actress aging or a different take on the character or what, but at first it took me a little bit getting used to, but like her performance in this episode was incredible. She did so good here. I love learning the backstory of when she met Magneto and how they formed that romantic relationship. Like, yeah, due to his, that's why I imagine it'd be, because they saw the little spark like when they were touching a couple episodes ago. Yeah, like due to his electromagnetism, I guess, like that maybe she's not literally touching contact. Maybe there's like, I don't know, like a little electromagnetic barrier between, maybe, or maybe it's just the electromagnetic powers cancels out her powers. It could be either one. But yeah, that she was able to touch, and they said then do other things. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, this show gets a little bit more, little more raunchy at times. Not anything like too inappropriate, but I just find it interesting about that. Yeah, and that's something that she can't have a Gambit. You know, like I feel like she truly does love Gambit. We kind of see like during the dance with Magneto that like, oh yeah, Gambit's right. Some things are deeper than skin. Like, although they can't have that physical connection, they have such a deep emotional connection with each other, Gambit and Rogue. And then like, man, the whole thing, like once Cable comes in, he's like saying like, oh, he's trying to stop something. I'm wondering like, what's he trying to stop? At least now they both know, Madeline and Cable know, oh, you're Nathan and you're my mom. I wonder if he already knew. He might have already known that that's like, those are his parents, but like, yeah, at that moment she figures out like, oh, Cable, that's Nathan. Because previously when they had run-ins with, Cable had run-ins with the X-Men, like, yeah, like they didn't bring anything up about them knowing each other or any sort of familial connection. So it makes sense that she didn't know about it, because she didn't even know about Nathan before then. But Cable probably knew the whole time, you know, which might have, I don't know if that was difficult for him or not. But yeah, like, she's the first person to die. I'm like, oh, okay, what is going on here? Like Cable failed to stop whatever he tried to stop and got sent back into the future. So I wonder if he's gonna try to come back again and undo all this, because so much destruction, so much death happens in this episode. We don't usually see that much like death and casualties here, and like, yeah, so many of the mutants here in Genosha died. I was even saying earlier, like, yeah, them being admitted to the UN, like, I'm sure like the anti-mutant people are gonna be really up in arms about this whole thing. I didn't expect like a major terrorist attack. Basically, that's what it was. And funny enough, Magneto said what's her name, Valerie Cooper, right, the UN councilwoman. She was like apprehensive about Magneto being the chancellor of Genosha. saying that, oh, usually they don't like terrorists becoming leaders or whatever, and Magneto saying, oh, but they're fine when their leaders act like terrorists. That was so much great. The writing in this episode was amazing. So many great lines, and yeah, like we see that they were the victims of a terrorist attack. This master, I forgot what it was called, but this is what Madeline had a vision of. Yeah, and it was like her with her baby, and like that's what happened. Like she saw Cable try to stop it, try to save specifically Madeline. I saw at first at least, but he did go to her specifically, and then yeah, what was I gonna say? That played in the vision too. Like she was holding Nathan, and then she saw like the big master sentinel thing come out like from the sand, and here like it was a ginormous like kaiju level sentinel that had like sent out a bunch of hundreds of different other sentinels. That's how big it was, because sentinels are already huge. And yeah, just had these massive like beams and explosions, looking like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light when Galeem just like blasted everybody. I know it's a little insensitive because this was actually pretty serious, but it reminded me of that. So many people died. The action choreography in that scene was amazing. The use of powers, everybody had like their moment to shine. Well, the main X-Men that they showcased with Magneto and Rogue and then Gambit, man. They made him so cool, and like, yeah, oh, so sad. Like when he got like stabbed with like the rebar or whatever, and he was like connected. Like it was like, oh, like he was all connected to the thing because they had him stabbed. Like he like charged it all up with kinetic energy and like exploded it. He said, "Oh, my name is Gambit. Remember it." Oh man, then he sacrificed himself. Magneto sacrificed himself too to save the Morlocks. Oh man, this was so good. This was an incredible episode. Part of me wants to say, oh well, the stakes are there. These characters are actually dead, but other part is like, no, bring them back somehow. We need to do something where Cable and the other people come back and try to change this past, just like they've done multiple times before. Because those characters are too good to be just permanently gone. But it will lead to a very great emotional arc, I feel like, especially for Rogue. Man, like she truly loved Gambit. And it was so sad, like, oh, like the time they finally touch, she can't feel him because there's no life for her to feel in there. Amazing episode. I can't wait to see what happens next, actually. Oh, man. Yeah, but leave any thoughts you have in this episode of my reaction in the comments down below. I'll catch you all next time. This was a heavy one. Bye.